Southside Sippers. I'm John.
Hi, I'm Kaya.
Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1, I think. We're going to try, and we're going to blind them all. We have Ancient Age, which is an 80 proofer. We've got a Blanton's. Can't think. Blanton's 93 proof. Elmer T. Lee 90. Rock Hill Farm, which it's a sad day because it's just about out. 100 proof. And then a Hancock Reserve at 88.9 proof. So,
Where would you like to start?
you tell me.
Why don't we start at E and work our way down?
E. We're going E first. Okay. Ooh.
It's got a nice nose.
Smells berry, like a berry almost on the nose.
It's got a nice taste.
Do you have a favorite out of this lineup?
I don't know that I do. It's been a long time that I remember having the Rock Hill Farms. I almost get honey on the nose on this.
I got a sweetness, and then I got a sweet up front on the drink, and then I got a little bit of a hug in that middle part.
Yeah, this is really nice. It's nice and light. All of these are should be not super hot with the proof that they are.
Yeah, they're
low. I was actually a little surprised at knowing what the proofs of these are. This one, I expected all of these to land a little flat, but this has got a nice taste.
It's got some flavor to it.
It's got some complexity. I'm impressed. I'm going to go with honey and some berry.
I get the berry.
And I do get the sugar, classic bourbon notes. It's got a nice finish.
That's really nice. Ooh, that's nice. I like it. I do like that.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh. It's gonna come out bad, but I think out of all of I've tried, I believe the Rock Hill Farm, which the funny part is when we first got it, I couldn't stand it. And it sat on the shelf forever. And I'd kept going back to it after a while. And then just recently, I was like, man, this is really good. I think there was one more bottle that is out of the Mash Bill 1. Maybe it's not Mash Bill 1. I don't remember. It's out of one of the Mash Bills. I'll notate it in the comments because it's on my phone. Old Charter or something like that. I don't know. It's some... I think it's a screw top. I think it's kind of on the same lines as Ancient Age.
Gotcha.
I believe, but I wasn't going to buy any more bottles.
I'm impressed.
Can you believe that?
I'm impressed.
We had all these for this, and I was like, let's try this.
And it's interesting. This is all the same mash bill. These two are very, very different. This one's laying a little flat for me, but I got a little floral and almost, I think, bread. I'm going to call that bread on the nose.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess a hint of flavor on that one. It's not flat. It's not as much complexity. It's not as flavorful. It's good. Super easy. I don't get a burn at all.
No, it would be a very easy drink to just keep sipping on because there's not a lot of heat. So, which for me is what makes it lay a little flat because I like a little grab with my bourbon. It's not terrible. It's still pretty nice. It's just not super complex. There's just not a lot to chat about there. I think I get a little sugar and a little bread on the taste as well, and then the finish winds down for me pretty fast. Move on to C. I think that based on the color, C is going to be the lightest in color. And that's very, well, see what you get on the nose on this.
Is that like a citrus?
Citrus. I think it's vanilla.
Huh.
To me, I'm not getting a lot of citrus. I get vanilla and then, the classic kind of bourbon nose.
I don't know.
And that hits my palate like water. I would say that's very low proof.
Huh. Do you not like it?
No.
You don't like the flavor, or just that it's... Huh.
It's very oaky. There's no finish. There's no grab. It's just like sipping tainted water for me. I don't like this at all. Wasn't Buffalo Trace what we were just talking about doing that dinner thing?
Mm-hmm. Taste of the Trace.
That's it. Taste of the Trace. If any of you have done that and would recommend it, please feel free to leave a comment. We just had a recommendation yesterday. You were chatting with someone.
Ran into a guy at Total Wine, and he was telling me about it. He had done it and really enjoyed it, and was very curious now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I looked at tickets. They were already sold out. I have a tasting in December. It's like a dinner pairing with a bourbon tasting. Sounds interesting. They do have a Christmas light show up there too, so which I thought was kind of fun. You could either walk through the grounds or you drive through. You need a reservation to do that.
Oh, you do need a reservation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. The explanation was a little all over. I don't know that I fully understood because I glanced at it really quickly. They were all sold out for reservations for today. Gotcha. But it did look like, at least to do the drive-through, you needed a reservation. I think they try to keep the numbers down because they have people to walk through. So,
do you know the date? Like, are they Monday through Friday that you can do it, or?
No, I think it's several times throughout the day, but I think it was just Friday, Saturday.
Oh.
Don't quote me 100% on that again. I looked briefly at the dates or the times for just today.
That's too bad.
Now, B smells more like a classic bourbon to me. Not super complex on the nose.
No. I get the classic bourbon on it.
I do too.
Nothing like
super
prominent out of this.
Wow,
it's just like
kind of
classic bourbon. There's no burn to it. It's an easy drink. It's not as easy as C for me went down really easy. I didn't mind C at all. But there wasn't much there.
Yeah, there's not much here for me either.
D, like I felt like D would be, I think is better than B, like where it was very easy drink, but it had a little more flavor to it. This just, it's just like a classic bourbon.
Yeah. A flat bourbon, like it's been sitting out too long.
Really?
There's no grab for me at all there. Not terrible.
Huh.
Be an easy, get another easy drink, but I'm in agreement with you for now. I'm putting E as 1, D as 2, and B as my third pick. And C is, C's not faring too well, but we got one more to go.
Not super impressed with his lineup.
I think, and looking at the proofs of these, I was going to prepare myself to be not overwhelmed. I tend to like a bourbon that's over 100 proof, and none of these are reaching over that. So I'm a little bit of a proof snob, a little bit of a bourbon snob, I guess.
Which is funny because, I don't know about the Hancock Reserve because I'm starting to see that a little more. You let me know if you're seeing it more often, but I didn't start seeing it until I believe this year or last year. I saw it hit and miss, and I came across it last night.
The bottle's really cool.
It's a really cool bottle. Never see Rock Hill Farm ever. Elmer T. Lee, really never see that as well. Blanton's you can find if you really, really try hard. But that's what's funny is,
these are hard to find.
They're pretty, except for Ancient Age, they're pretty hard to find. And we're like,
well, that's why we try them. Everybody's tastes a little different.
It's just interesting.
Don't like a hot bourbon, these are fun to drink.
They are. It's just not there. I mean, except for E had a good flavor, had stuff going on with it, and D had a little bit of flavor. It's just funny that they're not real like pronounced
Are they
like
super sought after?
yes,
Because they're hard to find,
yes.
but don't taste the best.
I don't know.
Isn't
I mean, I
that
guess people
just the truth of it, though? Just
people
because it's
might,
hard to find doesn't mean it's a fabulous
and
bourbon.
it's Buffalo Trace, and it's like anything Buffalo Trace is just everyone has to have it. Where I mean, I don't feel like we're that way anymore. Like at first, maybe I was like I had to get everything Buffalo Trace, but
Mm.
now it's just like I want to try it all and see what else. But I mean, we've
I've tried some really good bourbons that don't even come out of Kentucky. So
exactly.
yeah.
It's just crazy. So
Well, I thought this one may have been the darkest in color based on this lineup, which is why I wanted to start with E and work our way down.
Huh.
There's a lot of sugar on the nose of this for me, almost like a brown sugar.
that had a big like upfront flavor, which I can't put my finger on it, and then it just fell flat.
Tapered off pretty fast. It's a
But
little oaky.
I think it's got a good flavor, but it falls. It doesn't keep going. It's not a ride you're going to go on.
Right.
It's got that upfront flavor, and then, but it's good.
It's a little more complex than B, C, or D. I'm gonna have to go back and line it up against E to pick between. I think those two is my top pick, to be honest.
So I'm writing down. I'm guessing, and I'm going to see. Which I am terrible. If you've been watching at all, I am terrible at this game of guess what bourbon this is. Kai is great at it. I am really bad at it. So I'm curious.
I haven't been trying to guess any of these.
Well, I'm curious.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to E.
We need to up our game, and I guess maybe get the higher end Buffalo Trace that's got more proof to it. More BTAC series. Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Do a BTAC blind.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You'd have to you need some connections, I think, to do. We were just talking about all of the bourbon raffles and rights to buy and all that goes on in December. You almost have to take the whole month off of work and just travel around and sit in line and hope for the best. Just get lucky, get some of the things, or have a really good network of contacts.
Exactly. Have you guys had any luck this hunting season? Because this is the time of the year
to be buying the good stuff.
To be finding the good stuff.
Maybe if our channel takes off, we'll get some samples. Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be great. Hey, Buffalo, how about you send us some stuff? Some media samples. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm curious if you guys have had any luck this season. I've kind of struck out. Not got any of the good raffles, so it's the luck of the draw, I guess.
Yeah, can't always get lucky.
Can't. Huh. Oh man, I went back to E, and E just was not it wasn't the same as the first sip, which I thought was weird.
I know, I still really like E. And I'm liking A just as well, I think. A second sip of A was a little more oaky.
Now, do you like oak?
I do like a little oak. I just don't like it grabbing your tongue, and that's the last thing that you can taste. I don't like oak. I like a little bit of oak in the middle, but I don't like oak in that after.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the soaked wood, like the soaked oak. I don't like that. We've had some stuff like that, and that's the part I'm not a fan of. Like I can deal with oak, but not soaked oak. If that makes sense. Let me know if you think that makes sense, or if I'm just talking. D has got a little more sweetness to it when I went back to it.
Yeah.
Versus the E. Oh man, E didn't fare well when I went back to it. I'm gonna have to go back again.
Well, I'm gonna make you mad because I think I'm gonna pick A and E equal.
A and E.
Mm-hmm.
So we've determined C and B are out.
Out.
What would you say is the worst?
I mean, probably B.
B is the worst.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna play that game. Who's the worst
Who's
here?
the worst?
I mean, A's good. A's really good. A's got a good flavor to it. Can you try to guess any of these?
I did try to guess, and we'll see.
Oh my god. I'm going to be mad if she beats me here. I'm going to be mad. All right. Did I try D again? I'm going to try again.
Now, we tried something different. These little coins underneath the bottles, I think, are telling us. Did I line up what's on your sheet? Like, did we do numbers here?
Those are numbers.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll go ahead and flip them over.
Well, I'm not done picking.
Well, you don't know what the numbers are, do you?
I do. I would assume one would be A, 2 would be B.
Yeah, but you don't know. Well, we'll see.
That's what I'm assuming because I don't have an answer sheet.
Oh.
He didn't write it down.
Oh, really? I thought maybe you would have put it on the sheet.
No.
Okay. Well, let's see. So would this be A, B, C, D, and E?
No. This would be C. C.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So
B.
number 1 is A. Number 2 is B. Okay.
D. E.
Gosh, I'm sorry. I thought it would be on your list.
No,
okay.
He didn't. I asked him to write it down. He didn't.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to ration his food tonight.
Maybe.
Because he couldn't comply with
the regulations and the rules.
Exactly.
You might have to feed him bourbon. These were steep pours.
I said something. I said, "Hey, do I need to give you a sample?" He's like, "No, I got this." And I came back and I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing to us?" All right. So, all right. Huh. A is Rock Hill Farm. Okay. Is what I'm assuming is Rock Hill Farm.
Reserve is E. Wow.
Whoa. You're getting ahead of the game.
Okay.
B, which was B your worst or C your worst?
C was my worst.
Blanton's.
Wow.
C, Ancient Age.
C was Ancient Age. I had C as Ancient Age.
Huh. Wow. I did not. D was Elmer T. Lee.
Okay. So Blanton's was what? B?
Blanton's was B.
Okay.
And then E was Hancock Reserve.
Okay. So the only one I had right on those guesses was the Ancient Age.
So what I picked was Ancient Age was C, which I was wrong. Right?
No, you had it right. This is C.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't.
That was the worst one. It was the most flat. It was the lowest proof.
So
in our top 2 picks would be
I didn't really
Rock
pick.
Hill Farms and Hancock, which is interesting. And then I had Blanton's in the middle, Elmer T. Lee above the Blanton's, kind of in that order.
D was really good. What was D again?
And that was the Elmer T. Lee.
D.
Right?
D has some flavor.
Yeah.
Huh.
I had that as a close second. Despite I think it was only 90 proof.
90, yeah.
Huh. Wow, I'm actually surprised. I have drank through quite a bit of our Blantons.
She has drank like all of the Blantons.
I wanted the toppers.
She was sucking the bottle. Like she put a bottle top on it, like a baby bottle, and she was sucking it.
You over exaggerate.
I came home and she's like, "Hey, I got 2 toppers for you," and I'm like, "You finished 2 bottles?"
Well, here's the thing: with a 93 proof, you can drink quite a bit of that in one sitting and not even feel a thing. So,
who are you fooling?
Huh?
I mean, maybe bourbon people. I mean, if you're drinking a decent amount of bourbon a day, but
you 93 proof goes down really easy.
You get our friends that drink crappy vodka and some crappy rum. I mean, they're on the floor.
Maybe I've got a problem. Maybe I've got a bourbon problem. I drink too much.
I'll put her in some classes.
You might need to.
Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised I had that so low on the list, and I haven't had
I
the Rock Hill in a long time, so it was really pleasant.
I'm not I'm not the hugest Blanton's fan, but I do like the Rock Hill.
I was gonna see if they had any tasting notes in here. They don't.
No, no. Hey, we've got a special. We got an old Faux special coming up. You guys, you might want to check out.
This is such a cool bottle. It looks
It's
like
a really
something
cool
you
bottle.
would find like.
Wait, what? Which one do you think is the best looking bottle?
Oh well, the Hancock Reserve by far.
You think that's better than the Blantons? Or the Rock Hill Farm looks exact. I did a sorry, I'm just squirrel. I did a bottle share a week ago, and we looked the Rock Hill Farm bottle and I'm pointing, but you guys can't see, so I don't know why I'm pointing. The Caribou Crossing bottle, exactly the same.
Interesting.
We were looking because I had a person over that hadn't tried the Caribou Crossing. They're the exact same.
Interesting. I would stick with the Hancock Reserve. I tend to drift towards the more old-fashioned looking bottles, and that to me reminds me
bottle.
of something that you would find as a decanter or even, an oversized perfume bottle. I really like it. It's unique. It's different.
It's a really cool bottle.
So,
I've not seen anything like that.
Cool too. It's very different, but it is unique in and of itself. Like no one else does that kind of bottle. So when I look at it, all it reminds me of is the Blantons. When I look at the Hancock bottle, I don't know. It just takes me back. It's nostalgic, I guess.
I've not seen a bottle like Hancock or Bland's. I was talking to a guy the other day. The Elmer T. Lee reminds us of. I'm sorry, I'm going to look back, and of course I can't find it. Oh.
I don't know. I don't think I was there for that conversation.
We're the same one at Total Wine. We were talking about it. And it's a really small distillery, and I've got it. I've got 2 bottles. Wathins. It's like the very same similar bottle of I'm going to call it Wathins.
Yeah.
So, and then Ancient Age is. It's like every bottle. So, but so what they call what I really like Ancient Age for just you can just drink it and it's super easy. There's nothing there, but it's just an easy drink. I had a buddy, George, sorry, I'm going to call you out. He drank a whole bottle one night and then ended up in a bathtub and it was a mess. But I like Ancient Age. People call Ancient Age baby Blanton's.
I can see that.
And what I would love to do is put Ancient Age versus Blanton's in a side by side.
Let's see what you pick.
Just the 2.
Yeah, very interesting.
I'd be very curious. So
Ancient Age or the Blantons. Blantons gets a lot of hype, I think, because of the name.
Because of the name and because of the toppers.
Bottle's cool.
Yeah.
It's harder to find.
What did you pick for your first one?
I could not decide between the Rock Hill Farms and the Hancock Reserve, so those are my top 2 picks, followed by the Elmer T. Lee.
Gotcha.
So this has been fun. It's been interesting. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment if you have any of these that are your regular pours, because I could totally see these being an everyday, nice and light, super easy kind of pour. On a weeknight when you need to get up for work in the morning without a hangover, kind of a pour. So I might just move that Hancock Reserve up to the buffet, to be honest.
That's fine. Okay. We have a backup.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Oh, sorry. Sip responsible, guys.
Bye-bye.